Live. Perfect.
Hello.
Live. Perfect.
Hello.
Just gonna
Nailed it.
mute that.
That's
All
a
right,
good call.
perfect. Start with this one.
I don't know. Should you introduce yourself first?
I haven't really been doing that.
Well,
Okay.
I feel like you
All
ought
right. Hey everyone. On Cabin Fever, I am the licensed fool. I'm Brad Torres. I am a local composer and musician, and I thought it might be fun to dust off some of my old pieces. So I'm going to play those for you, but a couple of them are duets, and so I have my very good friend Kari Kron here.
Hello. I think that my character name is probably Chalk Dragon 97 on this, but I think I've only had a Twitch for a week, so I'm not positive of that. Also, I've only been singing this song for an hour.
Yes.
Woo!
As I said, I've dusted these off. I dusted them off for me too. A few of these, I listened to them earlier, and I was like, "Hey, nice job, past me." So.
Also, if you hear my cat meowing in the background, I have another cat that she's being introduced to right now, and she doesn't like him yet. So she's growling at him, but also hopefully she'll be fine. Just so you know.
All right. So you want to start with this one?
Okay.
Okay.
That's up to you.
The musical that I am dusting off is is The Return of Dracula, the musical. There's a really long story behind why I chose to do this particular piece, but here we go.
Did we get a comment?
We did. It was, I'm sure you'll pull it off.
Aw.
Yeah.
I hope so. We'll see how it goes.
I'm going to restart my browser real fast. Hopefully the video's still working, because I just lost my feed on my laptop, but we'll keep an eye on it. Still says live. I'm happy.
Okay.
All right. There is heaven there's joy, there's pain as well. There is rainfall with every spring. A peasant lives inside of every king. There are flaws in each thing of beauty. There is madness in every work of art. There is torture in every romance. You bring balance to my broken heart. There's a hollow in every soul. There is passion. You make me whole. There is chaos in what's designed. You're the silence that pacifies my mind. There are flaws in each thing of beauty. There is madness in every work of art. There is torture in every romance. You bring balance to my broken heart. The shadows start to shimmer. The light inside grows dimmer. The trees are blotting out the sun. I wake, but I'm still dreaming. There's music in the screaming. I'm only sane because I've come undone. There are flaws in each thing of beauty. There is madness in every work of art. There is torture in every romance. You bring balance to my broken heart. To my broken heart. To my broken heart. To my broken heart. Well, I hope you guys liked that one. That one was called Balance.
Whoa.
Crazy. All right, Kari's gonna sing another one with me. Do you wanna break? You want me to do some other songs in between, or do you want to sing it now?
I can sing it now because then I'll maybe remember it, and then I'll go back to crocheting this dragon.
Excellent.
It's about this far done. Ta-da!
It's so big.
It's as big as my face. Just kidding, it's a lot bigger than my face.
Yeah. Yep.
Good.
Yep. Okay. This next one is called Lullaby. Oh, thanks, Timberwolf.
What did they say?
The applause.
Oh, good.
Applause. Yeah.
Hooray.
All right. This one's called Lullaby. This is only... So Balance, I don't think, has ever been performed before. And Lullaby has only been performed once. And it got performed... there was a circus variety troupe I was co-producing in Kansas City before I moved to Houston. I think it was probably 2015 or 2016. So this hasn't seen the light of day for half a decade.
There's got to be a joke in that about Dracula and seeing the light of day, but I'm not going to make it.
You are my lullaby. I'm sleeping sound, and it will echo in my soul when I am buried underground.
Now here it seems that I'm filled with wonder. You command my dreams. You make me hear the thunder. You are my lullaby. I'm fast asleep. The haunting melody betwixt the cracks of sanity doth creep.
How I try to fight, but it starts to coil. You possess my night. You make my blood to boil. Sing to me my lullaby. I want to rest.
Drift away, your head upon my breast. Sing to me my lullaby. I'll close my eyes.
We'll embrace each other as the sun begins to rise. We'll dance in the faraway depths of our slumbering minds. As the gears in eternity's timepiece all slowly unwind, we will fashion a world that we share in an unconscious whim. If you raise up your voice, but to sing me your Morphean hymn.
Sing to me my lullaby. The spirit
to me my lullaby. I seek repose.
For on the other side, my fondness for you grows.
Sing to me my lullaby. I need your songs. Will live forever in the world in which our love belongs.
Ta-da!
Well, thank you very much, Kari, for helping me with this music.
You're welcome. Now I'm going to leave you to it for a little while because my sister called me in the middle of that. So I'm going to go call my friend Pram and I'll listen to you from over there.
All right.
And I'll show you how far I get on my dragon later.
Excellent. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I am going to sing a couple more songs from this musical before I switch to some other fare. This is a song. Dracula was thanks Timberwolf, appreciate it. This was a song Dracula is going to sing to Mina, and it reveals a lot about his character. If you're not familiar with the story of Dracula and who Dracula is a person, this will be a good little crash course for you. My winter, I need you. My ashes will cinder. I need you. Eternity shouldn't be so cold. For a soul so old, I need you. Your light in my umber, I need you. Rest in my slumber, I need you. Oblivion eats at my core. But you do it war. Mina, take my hand, I will be your sword. We can weather whatever comes our way. Be my lady and I will be your lord. We will stand in the light of day. I need you. Your blood on my fingers. I need you. Your ecstasy lingers. I need you. body can slake my thirst. Hope you guys liked that one. That one was called I Need You. And it was one of the very first pieces I wrote for this show. There are a few that I can't sing on my own, or I can't sing because they're not in my range, or I can't sing them because I forgot to print the music out. Oops. But I'll probably be playing more of those on a future live stream. I have a really interesting characterization for Van Helsing. When I was writing the show, I thought to myself, thanks Timberwolf, appreciate it. When I was writing the show, I thought I wanted there to be good characterization for all of these characters. Even though it deviates so heavily from the original novel. So Dracula is more of a like self-loathing dom, and Mina actually loves him, and it's a relationship that can't be very reminiscent of Phantom of the Opera, except Mina's of age, because that was weird. Did you guys know that? You know, in the original story of Phantom of the Opera, Christine's 14. Oh, and Eric, the Phantom, is like 40-something. Anyway, so I made Dracula have a little more personality. I gave Mina some more character depth. Lucy actually has a song. She gets, in this version of the story, she gets turned, and Van Helsing comes in to help her and everything. But she finds herself like supernaturally attracted to the vampires, and so Lucy and Mina have a song together, which I can't sing, called Gray, but I might bring it out for another show. And Van Helsing, when I kind of pictured him, I was like, you know, it would be cool, Johnny Cash. I want a Johnny Cash Van Helsing. And so there's this really tortured song that he sings, where he's kind of like a religious fanatic, like a zealot, and I pictured him in like this, like almost like a cowboy hat and duster, and singing a song about how the forces of good have to gather together to stop the vampires. This is a real stupid show. The music does not convey that because I wanted it to be pretty. But actually, I'd love to. You guys should pester Ryan Adam Wells and see if he'll sing my Van Helsing part, because it's for a low bass, and I think that he could probably nail that one. Okay, I've got one more from the Return of Dracula for today. This one is Dracula's Lament. It's for the end of the show, and I took a lot of cues story-wise from Phantom. I love Phantom of the Opera, and one of my favorite parts of Phantom of the Opera is at the very, very end of the show when he says, you know, Christine, go be happy. They're coming. They're going to burn the theater down. They're probably going to kill me. Go, you and Raoul, go be happy. And there's like a split second. There's like a half a minute maybe where she has left, he's alone, the crazy mob hasn't like burnt their way into his underground home, and he sings this reprise of Masquerade that is so haunting, and I think I drew a lot of inspiration from that scene for this song. I've said my piece. My heart ever lives here. My want nary will cease, but you can't love what you say your goodbyes. No sense dragging this on under starlight. Our love dies, echoes silenced by the dawn. Ah, Hope you guys enjoyed that one. That one, as I said, was called Dracula's Lament. That is probably my end of the show number. There might be like some sort of like closure scene after that one, but I think that's a good climactic farewell. Thanks, Timberwolf. I appreciate you watching this. All right. I think it's about time for some other music. I have a few options. Including these. These are a lot of my musical pieces. If you guys didn't know, my buddy, Ryan Adam Wells, who I mentioned earlier, he and I wrote a show together. One of his friends had an idea for a show, came to me, asked me if I could write the music. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I got this. And the story behind this is actually rather silly, but got the idea for the show. I was like, okay, so it needs to, there needs to be some upbeat, light numbers, but it also like, just to sell the fact that it is a comedy, it's gonna need some like serious pieces too. And so I started writing stuff. The very first song that I wrote for this, it goes a little something like this. So super like jaunty and upbeat. And I sent that along. I said, "Hey guys, what do you think about this?" I didn't get much of a response, so I was like, "Well, hey, I think these lyrics would fit with it." And I sent them like, "I just got another package delivered, and everything is great." And I sent them that, and they were like, "Yeah, that sounds good." And so for every subsequent song, I just submitted lyrics with it as well. I was like, "Hey, I think this would work." And then it ended up being, I want to say like 35 or 40 minutes worth of music in the end. So I had to like speed up tempos and scale a bunch of stuff back so that we could actually put a script to it for our hour-long time slot. And we took this show up to Canada and performed it up there, but I kept checking in day after day after day after day. That's not We Are Vikings. That's actually really close. I wrote that one too. Man
I can sing that one if you want.
We are Vikings.
We do manly things. We fight and we drink beer and other manly things. When we hunt and swear, oh, that splendid joy it brings. So we wrote a song about doing manly things.
Yeah, very close.
Okay,
very
I'll
very.
go away.
No, you're good. Kari gets to sing another song after all. Yeah. But yeah. Good ear. It is very similar. Anyway, day after day after day passed. I kept submitting music. I kept not hearing a whole lot back, except like, yeah, that's good. And then I would keep like kind of trying to follow up and like be like, hey, you have any of the script done, so I can like maybe do more music like connected to the text of the show. And it was like, oh no, we don't have a whole lot yet. It's fine. We'll get it done. And so on the car ride up, with me driving, we had to write the show something like a week maybe total before it went on stage. And so I'm behind the wheel going like, try this line, this might work. Try this line, this might work. And I have all of the music done. I'd been doing the music for a while, but like even for like my schedule, I felt like I was behind because I started in like March and we put the show up in like July. I want to say I didn't really send anything like finished until like April. So I did like all of April, all of May, all of June, and then that was pretty much it. I do remember like a day or two before we had to leave, they were like, oh, we need this other song. And I was like, cool, got it. And did that. But anyway, this is a long rambly rant from me. This next song is from the show that we put up, Castaway, a Musical Parody. This song takes place when Tom Hanks's character is on a raft and his best friend in the whole world, if you haven't seen the movie, is a volleyball named Wilson. And spoiler warning, Wilson falls off the raft while Tom Hanks's character is sleeping, or passed out, I think is more appropriate. And so this is Wilson the volleyball singing to Tom Hanks. When we embrace, I feel you loving me. I can see in your face that I'll never be alone. Correction, this is not the reprise. This is the one Tom Hanks sings to his girlfriend at the beginning of the show. Not to a volleyball. Let's try that again. When we embrace, I feel you loving me. I can see in your face that I'll never be alone. Whenever we met, life was a mystery, full of regret. Now I'll never be alone. I was adrift. I'd gotten stiff. You heard my call. Now life's a ball, and you're a gift. When you're around, I'm in good company. you're my lost and found, so I'll never be alone. Wherever I go, I'll always think of you. You help me to know that I'll never be alone. I love to gloat that you're my high note, and when life gives me a shove, it's with your love I stay afloat. Now I have to go away. I will miss you every day. You're all I've ever called home. You are the world to me. So with you, I'll never be Whew. Had my music falling down on me during that one. So I know Ryan have talked about this a lot, but if you guys ever want to see an actual staged production of Castaway, a musical parody, make sure to just pester him. Pester and pester and pester and pester until he just can't take it anymore. And then tell him I sent you. This last year, I did a musical called The King in Yellow, The Mask, a musical parody. Although parody, I found, was not quite the right word. People hear parody and think satire. And this wasn't a satire, it was more of a modernization. But it was the story of Robert Chambers' The Mask from his book, The King in Yellow, as told by a lounge lizard demon. And it was set a bit more modern, because the original story was written in like 1897, I think, late 1800s. And it's a phenomenal, they're all short stories, and The King in Yellow is a collection of short stories that was adapted by H.P. Lovecraft. And then Lovecraft's universe was taken over by August Derleth, and then there were more people beyond that. And the story of The King in Yellow actually wound up on the first season of True Detective. So that's how far this one story has sort of permeated through our culture. But here's a little excerpt from And now, far away in Carcosa, where the moon drips sweet spray, dim Carcosa. Where the cloud waves are tossing, where the towers darken the moon. Here I fall before the god of Carcosa. Where the moon drips with spray, dim Carcosa, where the cloud waves are tossing, where the towers darken the moon. Here I fall before the god of Carcosa. Apparently, yeah. Well, I hope you guys appreciated that one. We have 8 minutes left in the stream, so I am probably trying to decide what I want to play you out with. Here's a song that never made it into any of my musicals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Be safe. If you want to see more of my music, check me out on Facebook, Brad Torres HTX.